Here we are, the first heat of the men's double sculls. We've got Romanians in lane 1, Great Britain in lane 2, Norway in lane 3, Greece in lane 4, and the Netherlands will be in lane 5. So here we're looking at Romanian duo.
Yeah, closest to you, Marianne Florian and Ash in the stroke seat, the 22-year-old, and behind him, Jon Pludenu, the older of the two, 25 years of age. Experienced double, rode in that combination of the World Championships in Sarasota this year or last year. Jack Beaumont, and what a fantastic season that lad is having. His partner Angus Groom not with him, and in the bows of the British boat instead it is Harry Leese, the 22-year-old, the Scot from Edinburgh, who was entered here in the single, now in the double. There's the Norway's Jan Oskar Helvig, the 22-years-old strokeman, just gesturing with his hand there. And behind him, Erik Solbakken, 23 years of age, the Norwegian students. Then this interesting Greek double. They are the under-23 world champions. Closest to us, Christos Deriargas, 19 years of age, and Ioannis Kalandaris in the bow seat. Come from Poznan, the under-23s. So the Netherlands are next. Nicky van Sprang, the 25-year-old strokeman from the Pampas Club, and Amos Keizer behind him from Lachar, which is in Delft in the Netherlands. So that's the 5 crews, and the camera focuses in on the young Leander strokeman, Jack Beaumont. There is the Greek bowman, Ioannis Kalandaris, out of the under-23s. And there is the Romanian strokeman, Marian Florin Enash. So we have just a few seconds to start. You can see the athletes are now ready, waiting for the starter. So a good clean start. All those doubles. And the highest rating, that strokes per minute, of the Romanians, 47 strokes a minute I saw. That's takes some going. You see the blades going a little deep in the Romanian boat, probably too much rating, too many strokes a minute, and just not enough poise and fluidity. So it's the Dutch who are showing early on, Keizer and van Sprang.
Yeah, 200 metres gone, this Norwegian crew. They're just sitting just ahead of the Dutch crew now, so neck and neck for first place after the first 20 strokes or so.
I just wonder how the British are going to be affected by that substitution. Angus Groom is, you know, so used to sculling with Jack Beaumont. They kind of know each other, you know, intuitively, like, you know, two sportsmen that understand, you know, whenever anyone else is going to move in a race. And it's a big ask for the 22-year-old Scot, Harry Leese, to come into that boat. There is the distinctive features of Christos Deriargas, the Greek under-23 world champion. Brilliant to see them in this race.
We've got a view of Helvig and Solbakken there from Norway, currently sitting in the lead, coming through this first timing point, 500 metres.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see Norway go through in the front. They've been really out of the men's quad that did so well to get to the final in Sarasota last year at the World Championships. Then we saw them in the quad at the first World Cup, and at the back of the field in Linz. It's the first time we've seen them here in the double. And the Romanians, well, they're not so far off the lead, just maybe a metre or two behind the Norwegians. Look across, you probably saw it there from the Dutch bowman Amos Keizer from the Lachar Club, just to check their position, and he will see that they're probably about 6 or 7 metres off the lead, currently held by the Romanians.
Yeah, the Romanian duo, so they were in the B final at the World Championships last year, and then 5th place in the first World Cup this year in Belgrade.
Yeah, we haven't seen them figure really in terms of the great races, and certainly they do look to be going along at that nice, easy 37. Nice recovery. part of the Romanian squad led by the Italian coach Antonio Colomanici. And Romania more known for its rowers than its scullers, I guess, certainly in men's rowing. But very able to switch between either discipline, rowing or sculling. There's the British double, and well, one of the distinctive features about that double, Jack Beaumont has a little look to the Norwegians to his left, is that they do have a fantastic second half of the race, particularly the last quarter, but the third quarter is where the British will start to press. First three crews will qualify for the semi-final, so British out of qualifying place at the moment directly for the semi-final, Romania, Netherlands and Norway. But I would take the British to go through the Norwegians in this quarter, Kat.
Yeah, Norwegians had that fast start, but the Brits have certainly got something in the bag for the second half. So Romania have eked out a bit of a lead now. They've got clear water over the rest of the field, 16 metres behind the Dutch crew. There they go, Martin. Britain's just moved through Norway, so Great Britain now sitting in that third qualifying slot.
Yeah, so they are coming up level, you can see, with the Dutch double, and that's a good third quarter for the British are putting down there. Whether it'll take them back on the Romanians, he's had a look, Beaumont, just to see if he can sense it. Romania are on the other side of Jack Beaumont there, the British stroke man, backed up by Harry Lees, because as I say, was entered here in the single. He had a really good World Cup season, just won the B final in Linz, which was a fantastic result for the lad who was formerly out of the under-23s last year in the quadruple scull. So he's having a great season, Harry Lees, and certainly in the big time here, sculling behind Jack Beaumont.
Yeah, Beaumont and Groom really had a great season so far with that win in Linz. And here we see that this different lineup for Great Britain just moving on in the second half of the race.
Do you think they can get those Romanians out front?
I think they want it. I can see them looking over to the right there. They want to see those Romanian puddles, see whether they can just see the stern of that Romanian boat. I think they want the win here. Whether they're going to get it or not, I'm not sure. So
3 crews through to the semi-final, and you can see the 3 crews at the top of your picture. The Romanians, there they are with lane 1 on their boat. Prudneo and Inash. Prudneo closest to you in the bow seat. And they have led this race from early on. Britain creeping ever closer, looking at the boat speed. It's about 5.2 metres a second to 5.1 for the Romanians. So they do have a little bit of a boat speed, but not so much water to get that distance. But it's creeping up. The Dutch are well into that third qualification position, but they won't trouble the Romanians for the lead. I think they'll just hold their position ahead of Norway and Greece.
I think the Brits want the win here. They've taken it up to 38 strokes a minute. They're winding that lead in, but not much water left to overhaul the Romanians.
Bit of a despairing look from Jon Prudneo, the 25-year-old in the bows of the Romanian, and Britain coming ever closer. To me, they're going to move through and take the win. A fantastic sprint finish, a great introduction from the substitute Harry Lees in this event. They are killing the Romanians, who have basically thrown in the towel about 10 strokes before the line. The British now can wind down. What a great job. Absolutely
phenomenal finish there from the Brits. Super sub Harry Lees there on board with Jack Beaumont, and they've taken the win ahead of this Romanian crew.
Very calm, very collected. Their coach Dan Moore's going to be chuffed with that, isn't he? And,
yeah, absolutely. Dutch just crossing the line there, taking that third spot to the semi-finals.
Just shows you how good Jack Beaumont is, doesn't it? You know, he can do it with one partner, English Groom, do it with super sub Harry Lees.
Absolutely adaptable, and you've got to be adaptable in these small boats because it's two athletes moving together. You've really got to find a rhythm together in order to get the boat moving. So, great show from Jack Beaumont and Harry Lees here.
Winds dropping, so times are relatively quick, I think, 6:19. It's about 20 seconds off the world's best time, but 3:04 through 1,000 was a pretty quick pace. So we'll get confirmation of that victory, that great victory by the British, as we see, there it is, Lees and Beaumont ahead of Romania.